Hi, I'm Lieutenant Dennis Rosenbaum from Northeast Detectives, Rosenbaum. I'm here to discuss an incident that happened up in the 8th District, up in the far northeast. It occurred Tuesday night, shortly before 7 o'clock. 8th District officers responded to the 700 block of Waterview Lane off of Woodhaven Road. At that time, they were met by a 29-year-old complainant who stated that he had just been at the 7-Eleven at Academy and Byberry Roads. It's probably about a half-mile away from the location there of the complex where he lives. He had gone into 7-Eleven. You'll see in the video that was sent to your desk, he backs into a parking spot. One thing after talking to the complainant that he kind of made a mistake on is he left his car running. You'll see that he left it unlocked. He runs into the 7-Eleven. I think it took a little bit more time than he thought being in the 7-Eleven. He's probably in there about 5 or 6 minutes. During that time, and you'll see in the video, there's a guy lurking around in the parking lot. A thin male. Can't really tell his race by the video due to the quality. Looks like he's wearing some sweatpants and a sweatshirt and some gloves. He's lurking around the parking lot. He opens the driver's side door, decides he closes it, opens the back door, and what makes it scary is what happens next. He jumps into the back seat of the car. At that time, the complainant comes out probably about less than a minute later. He's completely unaware that the subject had gotten into his car. He approaches his car, looks like he's looking at his phone, as we all do, jumps in his car, and heads home. As he's into the complex where he lives there off Woodhaven Road on Waterview, there's a confrontation between the male in the back seat and him. The male raises a machete at him and attempts to rob him. A scuffle ensues. During the scuffle, the complainant grabs the machete, sustains lacerations on his hands, and they fight. The male then tells him that he has a gun, so the complainant lets go and runs and alerts neighbors to call 911, and that's when we respond and meet with the complainant. Nothing was taken in the robbery. After talking with the complainant today, his concern was that he knows he made a couple bad judgments, and he thought that the public should know what was going on. And we agree. After watching the video, it could have happened to anybody. Obviously, it's winter time, and even though it hasn't been that cold, a lot of people leave their cars running, and we do see an increase in stolen vehicles. When you leave your car running, it just makes it easier for somebody to jump in your car and take it. So, as a part of this video, we were hoping maybe someone might recognize the guy. It's not the greatest quality video, but also to make people think twice about leaving their cars unlocked and running. So that's the reason why we're here today.
Do you think the motive was the guy was trying to steal the car or rob the driver?
The way he was working around the lot, even previously and before he gets in the car, we think he might have been looking to rob somebody. Just the way he's kind of lurking around. In some of the video prior to it, there's like somebody walking their dog. There's a couple kids that come into the store. So the store's got some traffic, pedestrian traffic coming through there. So I think what happens, I think he saw the car running, maybe thought he was going to steal it, then maybe thought he robbed the person, so that's why he got in the back seat. But at first he did open the front door to get in. We thought he was going to drive away, and he shuts the door and gets in the back seat.
What kind of injuries did the victim sustain?
Complainant said some lacerations to his hands, nothing life-threatening or anything like that.
Does this relate to the other video that was sent out with the people stealing from the AT&T?
No, there was an error there. That's what that was.
Okay.
So that's
okay.
They resent the video, the actual video that you for this job.
Do you guys have a suspect, or do you have any leads?
The complainant has got some information. We're working leads. We still have a lot more to do. We're hoping maybe someone sees the video and can maybe point somebody out that they recognize from the neighborhood or seen in the neighborhood that'll point us in the right direction.
Do you think he was working alone?
Yes. By the video, it looks like he's the only one around.
Can you just offer some tips for viewers who, it's very common to leave your car running, especially when it's cold. Just some things for people to look out for on a daily basis.
Right. just beware of your surroundings. Even when the complainant pulls in, I don't know how much of the video we sent over, but he's in his car for a couple minutes on his phone. Obviously, he's just sitting on his phone. We all do it. You're driving somewhere, you don't want to go on your phone. When you get to the place you're getting to, the destination you park, you look at your phone. Just be aware of your surroundings. That guy was around. He was in the parking lot at the time. I don't think the complainant even saw him. So just be aware of your surroundings. Pay attention. I know these days we're all glued to our phones. And the other thing is, like I said, with the cars, leaving your car doors open, leaving your, car was unlocked. It was running. I mean, this guy could have easily just jumped in the car and stole it. So that's one of the things that the complainant actually points out, that he, now, in hindsight, he says we should have never done that.
Is he gonna be okay? Is he out of the hospital?
Yeah, he was treated and released, and he's fine. And I talked to him earlier this afternoon to let him know that this press conference was going to go on.
So, where was the 7-Eleven located? What street?
So the 7-Eleven is on the 3200 block of Byberry. It's Byberry and Academy.
Okay, and then where the victim's house is at?
Is
Apartments of Waterview Lane?
Waterview Lane, 700 block of Waterview Lane. It's right off of Woodhaven Road there. There's a couple of apartment complexes right there.
Okay.
It's probably about a half mile,
Okay. So it wasn't far from home.
3-minute ride, maybe 4-minute ride if you get the light at Woodhaven.
Has these, not these type of crimes, but theft and stolen cars, has that increased in this area?
Yeah, Northeast Division has seen an increase in auto theft, and it's usually when it's cold. People go out in the morning to start their car. Before they go to work, to let it run a little bit, and that's usually where we're seeing the cars are being stolen in the early morning hours.
How crazy is a crime like this with machete?
When I was first notified of the case, it stands out to you. You don't see many cases with machetes, and it's until you see the video and how scary it is. That could have been anybody. It could have been my family members. It could have been any of you. You pull in and you run in, and this guy jumps in the back seat of your car, and that's why we want to get him off the street.
I'm sorry, I'm not sure if I missed it. Did he take anything?
No,
It
yeah.
was just, they got into it.
They got into it, and I guess that distracted the guy, and the complainant was obviously yelling for help. There was neighbors out there were calling 911, so he fled, and the guy fled back towards Woodhaven Road on foot, and did not get anything.
Thank you, Lieutenant Rosenberg.
All right.
Everybody good?